Hello everyone, I'm Neverdot. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about what I talked about last week, Neverdot booth at Comic-Con, but we're going to be talking about what I put on the table and how I displayed my products. So let's go see how we do that on a budget. To display my books, really I just got a bunch of my books and used them sort of as a platform. So I created two stacks of them because I've got two different looking books, and that provided, it's good to have more product, more variety. So having two differently heighted stacks, which I wanted, I didn't want them at the same height. That would be a little bit visually boring. So I did that, and also I found these really nice holders at Michael's, which is a craft store in my area. And they're really nice, they're clear acrylic, quite strong, and they do a good job of holding up the book, which is their whole job. And they don't draw the eye away from the book, which is the product. So I just stuck one of these on each of the stacks so that people could get them easily, and it really looks nice. In addition to books, I also have these cute little pins. Got little things, look at this guy. And also I've got these magnets and enamel pins. Now, these all have very different needs, but they are small things that would be good to display kind of framed. Now, other people have done sort of frames with sort of cotton batten shoved into some felt behind to allow you to pin it. I wanted to go a different route, partly because I didn't think I could make those things in a way that looked good. So what I did, I went to the craft store for ideas, and I thought probably those little canvases would work. Now, what I found at Michael's was really cool. Also, again, the craft store, I found canvases that were pre-painted black. And that really makes it look nice when you stick all of your pins onto them, because it really is clear as to what they are. For my enamel pins, I got a slightly larger one to draw more attention, and also because they have the cards, so they need more space, but it really, really looks nice. For the magnets, I cut out the back of a cookie tin, and just with scissors, because you can, it's not that hard. And then you just jam it in there, and then the magnets will just, boop, stick on and not really fall off. In order to present the canvases, I needed something to hold them up, so I found these nice picture frame holders. These ones are collapsible, you can adjust the height. I would want them like this, not so much like that, because this will keep them almost vertical, not falling over though. So you just stick them in. They're also a little bit transparent so they don't draw the eye away from the product. And there you have it, a nice display for your pins. Now the pin display is one thing, but you have to actually have something to hold the pin so that people can get it and grab it and buy it. So for the enamel pins, since they're carded, I didn't really have a rack to display them in that way. So I just went with these Ultra Pro boxes. They're usually for people that collect cards like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering, but they also, if you just leave them open, they work great as enamel pin card holders. So people can just pick them out and grab them. For my pins, I went to a little bit more effort because I wanted to present them really well, and I made these boxes. These I made myself. I designed these in Illustrator in two pieces because the one wouldn't fit on a single sheet. I printed these at Staples, so I needed something that would fit on papers that they could cheaply print. That's 8.5 by 11 or 11 by 17. The backing is 11 by 17, as you can see here, and then another piece is the 8.5 by 11. So I just cut those out on my little cutter and some parts by hand, and then I just fold and tape it together. It does help if you do a crease line with a ruler and just like a pen cap to give it an easier fold line. Now I also had these things. These are magnet sheets. They pop out like stickers, but they're not stickers, they're magnetic. So you don't typically see these at shows. I was really excited to sell them. They are a bit heavy, so I just sort of had another canvas, a bit larger, and popped it down on top. It's kind of a plate, and had it that way on the table. I also decorated around the edge. Some of the individual magnets popped out like this. Putting the magnets around the edge gave people the idea that you could pop them out. Now, this isn't the best display for this product. I did need a little bit more, so I wanted one single magnet sheet presented upwards so they could see it more easily, because something flat on the table is not that easy to pick out. So I found this kind of like display holder. This I got at Staples because it's an office supply store. Offices often need to display information like this, and the magnet sheet is thin like a piece of paper, so it fits perfectly in here. This is about 4 by 6 inches. and it looks really great. It works perfectly. So I just stick that beside it and people can see what it looks like and also how it's used. I had a bunch of prints which are requisites for any Comic-Con, and I had a bunch of different ones. So how do I display them? I don't want the wire cubing that I often see at Comic-Con booths. They present all the images very nicely, but it didn't really work with my booth. It would have blocked my banner too much and also my access to the customers coming by. So I went to the office supply store again, Staples, and got this one. It holds 4 different literature pieces and works really well for displaying a bunch of different pieces of art. People can come by your booth, browse through them like magazines, and ask you questions about it. And it captures them a little bit because they have to come up to your booth and look through them intentionally rather than just browsing by and glancing at the images without getting a chance to talk to you. And of course, to sell things, you want to be able to talk to them. Just like for my literature, I also had 4 drawing coloring cards. Coloring cards are quite popular nowadays, and I was just giving them away for free. So again, literature rack. This one's for brochures. So brochure holder, but putting cue card sized objects in them, and then people can just take whatever they want. Now, of course, one of the most important things at a Comic-Con or any other convention of that sort is getting your business card out there. So don't forget to have a business card holder, a very small thing, but it provides a bit more organization to your table. Now, having said that, I found I didn't use it at all. I did use it as a supply holder for replacing business cards on my table, but what people like better is just grabbing loose business cards on your table. So I placed sets of 3 like this, nicely spread out so I don't look like a messy person, and just placed them on the table like so in several places. And anytime I suggested anyone take a card, they just immediately grabbed one of the ones off the table rather than going through that little rack, because that took a bit more dexterity and people like the easy route. Hope this video has helped you learn a bit about how to display different kinds of products on a budget. All these things were pretty cheap individually. Of course, it all kind of does total a bit when you have to do it all, but maybe you're not selling as many different things as I am. So I hope this benefits you, and until next time, see ya. If you're wondering whether today is the day to launch your career, consider it now. Bro, launching! Hope you guys enjoyed this video about how to show your products at a Comic-Con booth and present them more cleanly and professionally. Check out the first video I did, which is the banner and tablecloth review that I did for my Comic-Con booth. I was really happy with it, so I hope you check it out because it's quite informative and gives you an idea of whether or not you need it for your booth. So until next time, see you guys.